What's up, guys? Welcome back to Coasters in Perspective. Today, I'm going to be continuing my hypercoaster series with part 3 of the series. Today, we are going to be talking about manufacturers, Mack Rides, and Togo. On our last editions, we talked about aerodynamics, Bollinger and Mabillard, or B&M for short, Intamin, and we also talked about Morgan and Giovanola. If you haven't seen our previous episodes, please make sure to do that before watching this video. Now, there is one other manufacturer that also has made hyper roller coasters, but I will not be including that on this list, and that is RMC. Now, I will not be including RMC on this list because their portfolio is just too small. In my opinion, to be included on this list, you need at least 3 hyper roller coasters, and they do have 2, and same with Giovanola, but I mean, all of them are barely over 200 feet tall, and they act not really like a hyper roller coaster. All 3 RMC hypers are elite, such as Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa, and of course the highly regarded Zadra at Energylandia. We have already seen at Energylandia one of their coasters with Hyperion on this list already. Now, I don't want to make this introduction too long, so let's get right into it. For our next manufacturer on this list, we have Mack Rides. Mack Rides have built hyper coasters all over the world, but unfortunately none of them are in the US. Most of them are in Asia, and especially the Flash, which is the footage I'm showing now. This Mack Rides hyper roller coaster looks to be one of their best, and it absolutely looks to be insane. The first drop looks to be awesome, and also with that insanely tall vertical loop right after the first drop. I mean, a vertical loop on a hypercoaster. Who does that? Mack Rides. Mack Rides isn't usually known as making unique attractions, but this attraction looks to be very unique. It looks to have hundreds of airtime moments and unique elements such as the vertical loop, as I just mentioned, the camelback, and the pretty cool turnaround. Some other very notable hyper roller coasters is the highly regarded DC Rivals at Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia. This looks to be the best Mack hyper by far, and it's no competition. It has a masterful layout with some amazing ejector moments. This is more a prediction, but I digress. That absolutely insane non-inverting loop. And don't make me mention that the back car of this thing is facing backwards. Imagine taking a full-on Mack Rides hyper roller coaster like DC Rivals backwards. I know, absolutely insanity. It also looks to have a masterful layout and some great switchback moments in the second half. Now, I have not ridden this yet, and I don't see myself riding it anytime in the near future, but who knows, I still got a lot of life, right? Some other notable hyper roller coasters built by Mack Rides is the Flash at Lua Adventure, which I talked about earlier, and Hypercoaster at Land of Legends, which is an exact clone of Flash. So I think we've pretty much rounded off Mack Rides, and now it's time to talk about the infamous Togo. Togo is infamous in the coaster community for building some god-awful rides, such as Shockwave at King's Dominion, and of course the Manhattan Express, or Big Apple Coaster, depends on who you ask, at the New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The latter of which doesn't look to be a very good attraction. It looks to have some awful transitions, and I guess the inversions look alright, but everything looks to be really badly profiled. And I think you know already what I'm going with this. I have not ridden this yet, so maybe I should stop judging it before I've ridden it. But just looking at the layout, without having to ride it, it doesn't look very great. The track profiling looks awful, the restraints also look awful, and the inversions look extremely uncomfortable. This ride has a lot of filler track, and that filler track isn't great. Obviously, now it's called filler track, as it will probably bang your head around. This ride has recently gotten new trains just with lap bars, but I doubt the experience will be any better.
You suck!
Though the Togo hypers in America really are bad, the ones in Japan actually look like very decent rides. The most especially with Fujiyama at Fuji-Q Highland. This ride is actually, from what I've heard, smooth as butter, which is really weird for a Togo, and I've heard it has some really good airtime and restraints. This ride actually looks like a really fun and decent ride, though I probably won't be able to ride it anytime soon since it's in Japan. Same thing with Australia, I got a lot of life. But this ride is definitely on my bucket list. It looks to have a pretty good layout, kind of mimicking the layout of a classic out and back wooden roller coaster, the drop, the turnaround, and the airtime hills, just on steroids and steel. Some other notable Togo hyper roller coasters is Bandit at Yomariland and Surf Coaster Leviathan at Sea Paradise. Now that we're done with Togo, the final manufacturer on my list who have made hyper roller coasters, I think we're ready to start ranking them. In this video, we have gone over Mack Rides and Togo, and I guess RMC. In part 4 of the series, we will be ranking every single manufacturer that have built a hyper roller coaster. Now stay tuned for more here at Coasters in Perspective. And I really hope you guys are having a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, wait, before I go. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Whew, almost forgot that. Now, for real, I'm really sorry about my last video in the comment section being turned off. For some reason, it wasn't working for me. Now, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.